Hi, my name is Heather, and this is my service dog, Cody. He's a seizure alert dog. So my disability is epilepsy, and it's under the traumatic brain injury category, but I don't know exactly how I developed it. I just started having seizures when I was 2. And I got Cody 3 years ago, and at first, he didn't alert to my seizures, but then after a few months of training and working with him every time I had a seizure, he started to tell me before. And how he does this is he stares me right in the eye, and he'll be very intent, and then he'll paw at me, he'll try to get me to sit down. And this way, knowing beforehand, I don't hurt myself, I don't fall anymore, and also I can get to somewhere that is more private, because a lot of times people don't know what to do when I have a seizure, and they'll call 911, which isn't necessary because it's over in just a couple minutes. So Cody will lay on me while I'm having the seizure to make sure I don't shake too much and hit my head or something. And he also can go get help. So when I have a seizure at home, he goes and gets my mom and wakes her up, paws her, and then brings her back to where I am so that my mom can be with me and wake me up after the seizure. Although most of my seizures occur at night, some occur during the day, and especially with me being more independent, going to college, riding my bike to campus, it's really important to have Cody with me to make sure I have that warning before I have a seizure. So it's really an invaluable tool, and I take him everywhere with me. But some people think because he's smaller and because you can't see my disability that it's not there, that I just bring him with me for fun. But really he has a legitimate purpose, and there are tasks that he does to help me. Some examples of tasks that a service dog would perform is opening a door, alerting to a seizure, alerting to a diabetic, like that they have low blood sugar. A hearing dog may get the person when the doorbell rings, or get them when the phone is ringing, and be able to help them to be more independent with a disability. Well, let me tell you a little bit about service dogs versus emotional support animals, because many people don't know the difference. A service animal is a dog. They're only classified as they can only be a dog, and they mitigate your disability by performing tasks to help you function and live your life more independently. But the most important thing is service dogs can go to restaurants, they can go anywhere by law under the Americans with Disabilities Act. They can go anywhere with you. But emotional support animals, they are covered under the Fair Housing Act. So if you move somewhere that doesn't allow dogs, and you get a letter from your doctor saying it's an emotional support animal, which can be a cat, a bird, a dog, a hamster, it can be any animal, and then they have to allow that animal where you live. But it is illegal to bring your emotional support animal out to restaurants and movies and all those into public places. A service dog under the ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act, does not have to be wearing a vest. But any legitimate dog that is a service dog would be wearing a vest with a patch that says "Do not pet me," probably a patch of where the organization that they got the service dog from. Although you can self-train service dogs, and that is legal under the ADA. So this is Cody, and this is his vest. As you can see, it says a United States Service Dog Registry. It also says medical alert dog, so they know he's some type of alert dog, either seizure alert, diabetic alert, and maybe PTSD alert, because they can alert to a panic attack. And this here on the back is where I got him from, Blue Collar Service Dogs in Miami, and all his accreditations from International Service Dogs to Canine Good Citizen test. And you can see right here, the green one. This patch right here says, please don't pet me, I'm working. So out of respect that he's focusing and he's working, that I ask people to not pet him. So if a student offers to, that you may pet the dog, they might take the vest off, and then you may pet the dog. But when they're wearing the vest, I would just say don't even ask. Just don't pet them. But if they're not wearing a vest, you always ask before you pet. But the person may say, yeah, sure, you may pet my dog. The vast majority of the population thinks that a service dog is either a golden retriever or a Labrador, which is true. Many mobility service dogs and seeing eye dogs and the dogs that people may need a bigger dog for opening a door or getting something off the counter, things like that. But a service dog can be any breed, and big, small, fluffy, short-haired, as long as the dog is properly trained to perform tasks to help the person with their disability. If you have a dog that is well trained but doesn't perform tasks for you, that's still not a legitimate service dog. So I wanted to go over some do's and don'ts with the service dog, because many people will just come up to me and kind of react to a service dog in an inappropriate manner. So what you would do if you saw a service dog is, I know it's hard because many people love dogs and you want to pet them, but don't go up and talk to them or distract them or pet them, because even if Cody doesn't look like he's working, he's just laying there, he's still waiting for my next command, waiting for me to have a seizure. He's still working even if you can't see that he's on the job. So basically you would just try to ignore the service dog, and say, if you want to ask the person, what task does your dog perform? Some people might not want to talk about it. I'm very open to talking about what my service dog is for, and if you feel that was something you want to know, you can approach the person. Don't be nervous, but definitely don't talk to the dog. Probably not look at the dog in the eye and do a stare down type thing, because that's not good for the dog either.